Hello and a very good evening. You're watching a brand new edition of Verdict 2014 on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the latest headlines. Shiv Sena hits out at the BJP, questions Narendra Modi's tribute to Bal Thackeray, blames BJP for ending 25-year-old alliance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses rallies in Haryana, says the Election Commission should probe the clearance given to Robert Vadra's land deal. Major jolt for the NCP. Party Vice President Syed Abdul Qadir and senior leader Surjit Singh Khungar resigned from primary membership. And BJP President Amit Shah addresses rallies in Maharashtra, claims BJP will bring down prices further. First up, of course, let's get you all the election news from Maharashtra. The Shiv Sena has launched a blistering attack on its erstwhile ally, the BJP, blaming it for the end of the 25-year-old alliance. The party has questioned Prime Minister Narendra Modi's newfound respect for Bal Thackeray. This after the Prime Minister refrained from criticizing the former ally at a poll rally in Maharashtra as a tribute to the late patriarch.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's refusal to say anything against the Shiv Sena at a rally on Sunday has triggered a war of words between the former alliance partners. In an editorial in the party mouthpiece Samna, the Shiv Sena has said, and I quote, "Modi says that he will not attack the Sena in his speeches as he has respect for Bala Saheb Thackeray. We too respect the Prime Minister. But when you backstabbed us merely on the issue of seat sharing, where did that respect disappear then? Did you not think of Bala Saheb before breaking the alliance forged on the principles of Hindutva?" The Samna editorial does not stop there. It equates the BJP with the Congress and the NCP, saying the state's electorate has now realized who the real and hidden thieves of the state are. The editorial says, and I quote, "For what purpose did the CM of Gujarat, Anandiben Patel, visit Maharashtra? If she asks all the industrialists to set base in Gujarat, leaving Maharashtra behind, this too amounts to looting Maharashtra." At a campaign rally in Tasgaon in Sangli on Sunday, Modi had said he would not utter a single word against the Shiv Sena out of respect for Bal Thackeray.
मैंने तय किया है कि बाला साहब की गैर मौजूदगी का ये पहला चुनाव है, महाराष्ट्र का पहला चुनाव है, और इसलिए मैं बाला साहब के प्रति अपनी श्रद्धा और आदर को व्यक्त करने के लिए शिवसेना के खिलाफ एक शब्द भी नहीं बोलूंगा.
The Prime Minister's remarks came just hours after Shiv Sena Youth Wing President Aditya Thackeray attacked the BJP, accusing it of backstabbing Bal Thackeray by snapping ties with his party over seat sharing in Maharashtra Assembly polls. But the BJP has refuted these allegations, saying the split had disheartened them.
No, we had always maintained that we wanted to continue our alliance with Shiv Sena, and with heavy heart we had to call off this alliance only because of the fact that there was time constraint. The nomination date was only one day away and the seat sharing deal had not been finalized. And that's the reason as to why Bharatiya Janata Party had maintained that we would not attack the legacy of Bala Saheb Thackeray, whom we respect a lot from our heart of heart.
With former allies bickering over who's responsible for the breakup now, the political scene in Maharashtra is surely heating up. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Our correspondent Rajkamal Rao joins us for more on this story from Mumbai right now. Well, Rajkamal, I'm going to come to you straight and ask you about, this particular war of words or the blistering that Shiv Sena has taken up against Modi, of course. The war of words has really begun as far as Shiv Sena and BJP is concerned. The BJP is saying it's not going to say anything about the Shiv Sena. Remains to be seen what's going to happen in the near future.
Frank, I was telling you that BJP and Shiv Sena, they used to have common offices, and the cadre used to work for every candidate, and they used to campaign for every political party in the alliance, like RPIs and other Maha-yuti alliances. But now the situation is changed because the unexpected candidates have come into picture and cadres will have to campaign for them. For example, Shiv Sena party cadre in Mumbai is now they will have to campaign for Shiv Sena candidate because earlier they used to campaign for BJP candidates. So these party leaders are making war of words is relevant for those those cadres who actually campaign in the rural areas for that particular party. They want some energy from these party leaders, but when you talk to them personally or when you go there and talk to them for a bite, they'll say they have very sorrow, they feel sad for the breakup, and they don't want to make any comments against the tallest leader like Bal Thackeray. On BJP side, Uddhav Thackeray doesn't want to comment on Narendra Modi, but on the ground, the cadre need this kind of comments, Frank.
All right, Rajkamal Rao, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us there with all those details and bringing us up to date with what's happening there in Maharashtra. Now, at a campaign rally in Lonavala, BJP President Amit Shah claimed that prices have come down since Narendra Modi came to power at the centre and that the downward trend would continue. Shah also stressed on a harmonious centre-state relationship and urged people to work the BJP to power in Maharashtra to ensure proper development of the state. The BJP President also attacked the Congress-NCP alliance, alleging that people of the state were condemned to a 15-year-old corrupt rule that took Maharashtra backward.
4 महीने में हमारे विपक्ष के साथी पूछने लगे कि भाई क्या हुआ, 4 महीने में काम क्या हुआ। मित्रों, वो लोग हिसाब मांग रहे हैं जो 60 साल से सत्ता कब्जाए हुए थे, हमारा 3 महीने का हिसाब मांग रहे हैं, मगर हमें देने में संकोच नहीं। मगर जब आप पूछ ही रहे हो और चुनाव के मैदान में पूछ रहे हो, तो मेरा फर्ज बनता है कि उसका जवाब देना। मित्रों, सबसे पहला काम हुआ है ये 4 महीने में कि देश को बोल सके ऐसा प्रधानमंत्री मिला है। 10 साल से तो प्रधानमंत्री की आवाज ही सुनाई नहीं दी।
Meanwhile, in a setback for the Nationalist Congress Party in Maharashtra, 2 of its prominent leaders have quit party posts. Party's Aurangabad Vice President Syed Abdul Qadir Maulana and the party's All India Minority Committee General Secretary and Senior Leader Surjit Singh Khungar resigned from party posts as well as its primary membership. Maulana accused the NCP of betraying the minority community. Earlier, some other Muslim leaders led by Minority Cell Chief Habib Faki had walked out of the party over differences with the leadership, including with former Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. This comes in the backdrop of reports of increasing instances of poaching.
पवार साहब तो ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, ये काम अजीत पवार का है और अजीत पवार साहब एक डिक्टेटरशिप करने वाले नेता है, बादशाहत करने वाले नेता है। मुस्लिम समाज को, दलित समाज को, मराठा समाज को छोड़ दिए तो इतर समाज को गुलाम समझने वाला ये नेता है।
Well, elections in Maharashtra will be a four-cornered contest in most constituencies, but in Chandrapur district, it's a direct battle between rivals BJP and the Congress. The industrial region of Vidarbha is looking for a strong leadership that can bargain for additional resources from the state. Let's take a closer look at the electoral equations in the district.
Chandrapur, the easternmost district of Maharashtra, is also the industrial hub of the Vidarbha region. The corridor is a major source of employment for people both within and outside the district. Chandrapur has 3 major power plants that generate nearly 40% electricity for the state.
There is about more than 200 industries and more than 120 industries closed down in our area. And the problem is basically that here we are having the mines of coals, dolomites, but industries are not getting coal from the college, that is the western coal fields, and particularly moratorium is imposed by Ministry of Environment in the year 2010. And after 2010, we represented to the government, but still it is under consideration and the industry has suffered very badly.
Chandrapur has a population of 22 lakh spread over 6 assembly segments. In 2009, the Congress won 3 constituencies, Rajura, Chimur and Varora, while the BJP won the Chandrapur city seat and 2 seats in Ballarpur and Brahmapuri. Other parties like the Shiv Sena and NCP also have their cadres in Chandrapur, but in 2009, they had to adjust to the arithmetic of coalitions. However, with no coalition this time, the NCP is hoping to make an entry in the district.
इंडिया में 90% जो जनरेशन है अपना बिजली का वो कोयले पे हो रहा है और चंद्रपुर जिला एक ऐसा जिला है जहां से महाराष्ट्र में अगर 14,000 मेगावाट बिजली लगती है तो 5 से 6,000 मेगावाट बिजली हम चंद्रपुर जिला तैयार कर रहा है। तो ये 5 साल में ये शासन ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है।
Chandrapur has very few irrigation projects to hold water for its 3,000 acres of cultivable land. Many projects on the Wainganga river are pending for several years. Newly elected BJP MP from Chandrapur, Ahir Hansraj, has promised to build the necessary infrastructure.
लोकसभा में जो स्थिति थी उससे कुछ अलग स्थिति विधानसभा में रहेगी नहीं चुनाव में, बल्कि चुनाव जीतने के बाद भारत देश में हमारी सरकार ने जो काम किया है और उसको देखते हुए जनता में भारी विश्वास प्राप्त है पार्टी के प्रति, इसलिए लगता है कि उस चुनाव से ये चुनाव में और अधिक भी हमें जनता का समर्थन मिलेगा, जीत का प्रमाण वही रहेगा।
Chandrapur is abundantly endowed with rich flora and fauna, water resources and mineral wealth like limestone, sandstone and coal. But only coal has been put to its potential, due to which it is called the city of black gold. But the optimum utilization of other resources along with an infrastructural development can bring about rapid progress in the district.
Chandrapur district has the maximum number of youth voters, and the employment generation has been a challenge for this particular district. Generation of employment, education opportunities are going to be a crucial issue in the upcoming polls. With camera person Shivakumar, Rajkamal Rao, Rajya Sabha TV.
Going on now, once considered an employment generation hub, Chandrapur district of Maharashtra is fast losing that tag. More than 200 small-scale industries in Chandrapur's industrial corridor are on the verge of closing down, leading to a major dearth of jobs. And the problem is that of power, an issue the next government will have to address at the earliest.
As the black gold city of India, Chandrapur was until recently the hub of employment generation for the Vidarbha region of Maharashtra. But that has now changed. More than 30 small-scale manufacturing units in the area have closed down, while close to 200 units in the Maharashtra Industrial Development Corridor are on the verge of closure. And the reason for this is a simple bureaucratic failure. A power purchase agreement, which is mandatory for factories to purchase power from power plants, is yet to be signed by the Maharashtra government. Small industry owners allege a government bias towards bigger industries.
There was a lot of pollution, and that pollution was because of the existing units, that like thermal power station and WCL. So whatever is being done by the existing units. As against that, the new units which are having latest technology, like the ones who are having their units in Tadali growth center, they are having good power, so minimum pollution will be there. Even then, there is not a basic power purchase agreement with them.
The Chandrapur is the Adivasi and backward area, also a Nassal affected area. Because of the minerals, giant industries have established like cement plants, 5 cement plants in our area. And these industries, they are taking advantage of fly ash and minerals, but they are not encouraging the small scale industry and medium scale industry.
In case the government signs the purchase agreement, it will have to provide power to these units at cheaper rates. That's probably the reason for the delay.
छोटे यूनिटों को क्या हो रहा है कि ये कोयले का सप्लाई नहीं हो रहा है, मेन तो वो पूरा कोल पे डिपेंड है। वहाँ समझो ब्रिक्स की फैक्ट्री होगी या फिर MIDC में जनरल फैक्ट्रियाँ कौन सी है, बहुत कम फैक्ट्री रह गया है, क्योंकि MIDC उस समय जब हुआ था जब बहुत से लोगों ने पल्वराइजर का प्लांट डाला था जिससे कोयला लोग बिक सके, लेकिन क्या हो गया कि बाद में कोयले के परमिट ही बंद हो गए तो उनके फैक्ट्री वैसे ही बंद हो गया। वो लोग सिर्फ कोयला बेच के इनकम करना चाहते थे, प्रोडक्शन नहीं।
In addition to the bureaucratic hurdles, environment-related issues are another problem. Thermal power plants produce fly ash, a byproduct which is used by cement industries in the region. But a directive by the National Green Tribunal has forced 30 fly ash industries to shut shop.
Small-scale industries are the backbone of economy in Chandrapur district. But all these industries are now caught between a battle between state government and central environment regulator. Employment has been a serious hit. With camera person Shiva Kumar, Rajkamal Rao, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but on the other side, we'll bring you all the latest from poll-bound state Haryana. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Let's now get you all the updates from Haryana. Well, the BJP held a flurry of election rallies in Haryana today. Between them, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Rajnath Singh addressed no less than 7 rallies. Congress, led by Bhupinder Singh Hooda, held a rally in Gohana.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed 3 rallies in Haryana on Monday. He attacked what he called the dynastic politics and nepotism in the state, seeking a majority for the BJP, saying he did not want the support of people lodged in jails or those who were interested in promoting their interests.
मैं तो सोच रहा था कोई ये कहे कि आज मैं तिहाड़ जेल में हूं, लेकिन बहुत ही जल्द न्याय पाकर के मैं बाहर आऊंगा और जनता की सेवा करने में कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ूंगा, ऐसा कहना चाहिए। उसके बजाय क्या कहते हैं, मैं तो जेल में ही रहूंगा, वहीं पर शपथ लूंगा, वहीं से सरकार चलाऊंगा। अभी भी गरीब किसानों की जमीन दामाद के हवाले करने के काम चल रहे हैं। मैं हैरान हूं, चुनाव चल रहे हैं, आचार संहिता लगी है और कल ही उन्होंने एक फैसला कर लिया। मैंने अखबार में पढ़ा, ये फैसला अभी जल्दी करने की क्या जरूरत थी।
In Faridabad, Modi made a pitch for development and improving the sex ratio in the state. He said the BJP will get rid of muscle men who he claimed had jeopardized the safety of women.
हमारी माताओं बहनों का क्या हाल है, क्या करके रखा है हरियाणा का हाल। हरियाणा में 1000 बेटे पैदा होते हैं तो उसके सामने 875 कन्याएं पैदा होती हैं।
Home Minister Rajnath Singh also addressed 4 public rallies in the state. Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda took part in an election rally in Gohana, recounting the development work done by his party, the Congress, in the state. Hooda said his party had nothing to hide. Monday marked the second leg of campaigning for the assembly elections in the state on 15th October. The BJP is seeking an absolute majority, while the Congress government is looking for a third term under Hooda's leadership. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Union Minister of State for Agriculture Sanjeev Kumar Balyan lashed out at Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda for deliberately politicizing the issue of drought relief and rice export in the state. Sanjeev Kumar Balyan accused Hooda for misleading farmers on the issue. He also went on to say that the Congress-led state government had sent incomplete report on drought relief. The state government was supposed to send the reports by the 22nd of September. Balyan said that they will announce the relief as soon as they receive the complete report and facts on the drought relief. Haryana had declared the state drought affected in the wake of deficit rainfall and had sought special package of 4,830 crore rupees from the centre. Meanwhile, Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda is seeking a 4th term from the Gari Sampla Kiloi Assembly constituency in Rohtak district. Being the Chief Minister's constituency, it gets special treatment. The Congress is confident of a victory this time too, citing the developmental work done by the Chief Minister in the region.
Garhi Sampla Kiloi is Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda's assembly constituency. Hooda is believed to have a strong support base here. His ancestral village, Sanghi, is also a part of this constituency. With almost 1,60,000 voters, Garhi Sampla Kiloi has sent the Chief Minister to the Assembly thrice. The Assembly constituency consists of 54 villages and one town. And the Congress is confident of a win here this time too.
तो हरियाणा का सारे भारतवर्ष में 14वां पोजीशन थी, आज वो पहली पोजीशन है। आज प्रति व्यक्ति आय में पहला है, प्रति व्यक्ति निवेश में पहला है।
Bhupinder Singh Hooda won the last assembly election by a margin of 72,100 votes from his nearest opponent, INLD's Satish Nandal. In the Lok Sabha polls too, his son Dipinder Singh Hooda cashed in on his popularity and won by an over 63,000 vote margin. In the 2009 general elections, the INLD candidate got just 19,559 votes to Dipinder Singh Hooda's 77,809. The BJP candidate polled just 18,071 votes. This time, the BJP has fielded a new face, while the INLD is relying once again on Nandal.
जीत कर आए तो कलोई अक्षय हल्के के अंदर हम एक यूनिवर्सिटी बनवाने का काम करेंगे। जब मेरे ख्याल में यूनिवर्सिटी एटोमस बॉडी होती है, जब यूनिवर्सिटी बनेगी तो अलग से उसमें इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज बनेंगे, लड़कियों के लिए कॉलेज बनेंगे, पॉलिटेक्निक बनेंगे।
रोटी कपड़ा और मकान तो एक रिक्वायरमेंट है, उसके लिए जो हमने चीज़ें मुहैया करवानी हैं, अब यहाँ पे सबसे पहली बात आप अगर लेके चलो शिक्षा का स्तर सुधारना है।
While the opposition has made land acquisition and unemployment an issue this time, the Chief Minister is backing on the developmental work he has done. This is Ravindra Shioran's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
In Haryana, Jhajjar district that came into being in 1997 moves towards elections amid claims and counter-claims on development and irregularities in land acquisition. All 4 constituencies of Jhajjar district are presently held by the Congress, though opposition parties are putting up a strong challenge this time. Our correspondent Ravindra Shioran has a pre-election profile.
Campaigning activity picks up in Jhajjar district bordering the national capital ahead of assembly polls here on the 15th of October. The almost 8 lakh strong electorate is evenly split between urban and rural votes. All the 4 assembly segments in the district, Jhajjar, Bahadurgarh, Badli and Beri, presently have Congress legislators. Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda has claimed a hold over the area with his Education Minister Geeta Bhukkal elected from here. The incumbent claims she can rely on the development plank to be returned to office.
उम्मीद करती हूँ जिस भावना के साथ मैंने झज्जर विधानसभा क्षेत्र को अपना कर्म क्षेत्र मानते हुए सभी के इज्जत मान के साथ यहाँ पर तरक्की के जो नए आयाम छुए हैं, और मैं तो ये भी आश्वस्त हूँ कि पिछली बार से ज़्यादा मार्जिन से यहाँ से सीट जीतकर कांग्रेस पार्टी की झोली में डालेंगे.
But the opposition rubbishes the claim, pointing at alleged massive irregularities in land acquisition that has hurt farmer interests. The BJP says this will lead to a Congress rout in the district.
किसान है, मान लो व्यापारी तो गांव छोड़कर शहर छोड़कर बाहर कमा लेगा, ये बेचारा किसान कहाँ जाएगा गांव छोड़कर जब जमीन ही नहीं रहेगी तो क्या करेगा?
The Indian National Lokdal INLD, which is the third player, says the state government has grossly neglected the rural areas. The party says none of the benefits extended to urban areas have actually trickled down to the farmer.
सरकार ने गरीब बच्चों का उनका भविष्य खराब कर दिया, क्योंकि 500 स्कूल हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट ने तकरीबन बंद कर दिए हैं. इसी तरह हमारी स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं हैं वो सब हैं, तो हॉस्पिटल डॉक्टर नहीं है, डॉक्टर हैं तो हॉस्पिटल नहीं है. इसी तरह से न्याय प्रणाली है, उसको हरियाणा प्रदेश में एक तरह से जंगल राज है.
Proximity to Delhi has resulted in rising industrial activity in Jhajjar in the last few years. On the flip side, this has also given rise to the issue of land acquisition and a lot of farmers' woes. The verdict is likely to be decided on how the two balance out.
The Chief Minister of Haryana, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, is again trying his luck from the family bastion Garhi Sampla Kiloi Vidhan Sabha constituency. But let us see whether the people of this constituency again repose their faith in the Chief Minister, or they will elect a new representative for the new assembly. Ravindra Singh Shioran for Rajya Sabha TV.
That's it on this edition of Verdict 2014. Thank you so much for watching.